Welcome, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, foes, whoever may be listening out there beyond the omniverse tonight. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a Rocky Mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Saturday, October 14th. Sunday, October 15th, for those of you across the pond and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. And welcome to We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. So I'm your host, TessaTNT, and we are broadcasting live from the Mile High Clubhouse tonight. I'm so glad you guys could join us from wherever you're at all over the world. It's pretty amazing to look at all the places that everybody's listening. If you're listening live right now, you may be listening to us on YouTube under We Are Paradox Media, Facebook under Four Corners Paranormal Investigations, and Twitch under We Are Paradox Media as well. We are also syndicated on KPNL Radio, which you can find on KPNL at kpnl-db.com, as well as eTalk Radio, which you can find at etalk.tv/radio. So tonight I have a treat for all of my guys and ghouls out there. Tonight we have Psychic Chris Garcia in the house. So Chris Garcia is a psychic shaman, all-around awesome person. He loves helping adults and mostly children with their gifts and getting to know their gifts. He is a paranormal enthusiast, and as I mentioned before, he's really into his shaman roots. Welcome, Chris. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Glad you survived Friday the 13th.
No, I did pretty good. I mean, you're just, everything's good. Why is it coming out as an echo?
Oh, is it? Okay, let me look over here. See,
Maybe.
We got through this before, but, well, let me go over here.
I'm still trying to find this. I can't find this on video yet.
Okay. Is there still an echo?
Yes. Oh, no.
Okay. Good. Got it. Okay, so on YouTube, it's We Are Paradox Media. On Facebook, it's Four Corners Paranormal Investigations tonight because, Zuckerberg, aka Zuckerberg, grounded me, so I'm grounded for another 5 days. I can post, but I can't post pictures or videos.
I can't hear you.
What?
I can't hear you now.
Okay.
Can't hear you. That means I have to probably leave and then come back.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now?
You said the Four Corners. Hold on, let me see if I can find that right now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, I got it. Now I can't hear you. I can't hear a damn thing.
You can't hear me now?
It's insane.
Okay, what about now?
So that means I'm going to have to head out and then I'll be right back.
Oh, no.
Because I can't hear a thing.
Okay. Dang it. Hi, guys. So Chris gets back. Right there. Can you vote for me? Because I have just over a day. I'm in second place. Last I looked. Kind of afraid to look again. I just have to get to first place so I could get to the quarterfinals. And so you can go to this link right here, right below me, right here, and vote. You can vote for free. If you do pay for votes, 2 times votes tonight. Still an echo, he says. All right. Hopefully that fixed it. Sheesh. All right. Anyways, if you do pay for votes, it's 2 times votes. So if you pay 10, you get 20, etc., etc. That not only helps me, but it helps kids that are a part of the B Plus Foundation. And that's for pediatric cancer. And thanks, Robin. And families that have children with pediatric cancer, I think horror should stick to the big screen. But for some families, unfortunately, their little kiddos get cancer, and that's just not good. So yeah, he's back. Dee, 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 dee. Oh man, it's swirling. Swirly dirly. Come on, Chris. Can you hear me now? No response.
I can't hear you now.
Can't?
Mm-mm.
How about now?
I can hear you coming on my phone.
Can you hear me now?
So that means if this tablet is not paired up, then I might have to exit again and come from my phone because this damn tablet doesn't want to pair up with my headphones. This is going to be very interesting. I tell you.
Hey, that's just how it works with us.
Chris goes through. This is what Chris and Tessa go through. Okay, then I'll come back. I guess I'm probably head out because I can't hear you. So I'm going to head out, come back. Hopefully it works on my phone.
Awesome. All right, see you in a bit.
This phone is being annoying.
Okay, it is their bad. Yeah, I changed it, then I changed it back, so it should be gone again. Man, I just don't get that. Is it still echoing really bad, Truzido? Let me look over here. Look over here. Yes. Oh no. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, it looks like it's not doing that thing it do. Can only tell when your guest speaker talks. Okay. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me with your earballs? You're hearing earballs? Thank you so much, Truzido, for sharing the link so it's easier for people to just copy and paste and go there. Okay, good. Thanks, Truzido. I'm so grateful you're there. But yeah, so this last week, my best friend came in and we got to go to Silverton, where Bigfoot was spotted. If you haven't seen it, go to We Are Paradox Media or go to Four Corners Paranormal Investigations and check it out. It's badass. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but it's just so weird. I couldn't hear you on my tablet. I'm like, this tablet is always something else. It's like,
well, always been kind of par for the course for you and I to have some really crazy energy going on and some sort of tech issues.
But then again, that's normal time for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
I can hear myself now. But I guess I can't hear. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you. I'm just trying to figure out. So one of our listeners said you were echoing, so I'm just going through and making sure we can hear you on the other places. So go ahead and say something. I'll check that on this one. Testes. 1, 2, 3.
It never fails. It happens to Chris every time.
Seriously.
Makes you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this, Tess. It makes me feel special.
Yes. Well, at least it made you laugh.
Well, I did need that, especially with everything on. Yes, I do need the laughter.
It's good medicine.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So you can hear me good then, huh?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Just some people were saying that they were getting an echo when you talked.
But then again, I probably could be being monitored and stuff like that. So that doesn't surprise me because I've been saying a lot of stuff. I was on some show with a friend in, and we were talking about Al Pacino, and he started having technical issues.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
That's insane.
That's what I guess that's what makes me feel like they're saying, "No, just prick on Chris and just make him more." We can't not see. I'm still echoing. That's
Yeah,
what
I
my phone
know.
says.
I'm trying to fix it. So if I turn
April,
off,
don't I just feel special because I'm hearing double time? You're hearing me twice, not just once, but twice.
yes, you're super special.
She's probably laughing. Right? But we can't blame it on Tessa. I have nothing to do with Tessa. But of course, we always say that it's her or it's me that causes this stuff. So I don't know.
Okay, I'm hoping. Okay, let's. Okay, that should be better. Okay. Just say something else so I know. Yeah, just say something else so I know you're on every channel.
Test 1, 2.
Damn it. Okay, try again.
Testing.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe it was coming through so you had another speaker going. Maybe they were hearing that. And
I don't
Truzido
know,
was
but see,
saying maybe you had like a camera mic on or something.
no, but see, this no. Guess what? Now these headphones don't work. So you're
Oh,
actually
well,
coming out from the phone because I always can hear you good with this. But I guess these headphones have a little paranormal something going on. First is the tablet, then it's my headphones. What's next?
right? Man,
You know what it is? It's the eclipse. Pick on
that's
Chris,
what it
why not?
is. It's gotta be. Yeah. She says you're echoing again, but it's crazy because if I turn off B1, you're on Spreaker, but you're not on eTalk, and if I turn on B2, you're on eTalk, but you're not on Spreaker. Holy shnikes. Okay.
I bet you everybody else is gonna get a kick out of that.
Huh? Right? Double the pleasure, double the fun.
Basically, if I'm echoing, I must be at two places at once.
Yes, you're omnipresent.
I'm not physically here. I just wanted to go there. It's the
This is
I
Halloween.
sound like an echo. I sound like an echo.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, man.
Okay, well, he's got me laughing better than nothing.
Right? Okay, so Truzido says, if I mute myself and you talk, let's see if anything happens. So I'm going to mute myself and then you talk or sing, whatever you want to do.
That's my chair. See, now it's not echoing anymore. Am I still echoing people? I don't know.
Yep, it said it still echoes as Chris side is where the echo is coming from. But it could be this damn board. I'm going to turn these off. These off. What to do? So you only have one mic being used, right? Just one device.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I usually connect the phone to the headphone, but it's not working. So now my voice is coming through the live itself.
Coming through what?
It's coming through the the phone.
Is there anything else on besides where the camera is?
Nope.
Weird.
That's what I said. I guess we're gonna have to put this to show the Halloween show because it's got all the energy.
I know. Plus it was Friday the 13th. We all survived, so something's gotta happen. Nicole says creepy.
But that's my saying. That's why I got other people saying creepy. You gotta say it like that. That's like creepy.
Creepy. Yeah, I do hear the echo over there. Sounds like there's something else on.
I'm looking at. Hold on. Okay, you need to turn that. The difference.
That sounds better. To me, it does, at least. I still hear a little something. Sounds good to me. Everybody, how does that sound?
How do I sound now?
Sounds good to me. He just did Trudeau. Can you hear him? Trudeau's being our tech man over there. Yay! Alright! Game on! Man.
Welcome to the Paranormal of Chris. Why not?
Yeah, I still hear background noise.
Nobody not see. I don't know what it is.
Sounds like there's like a phone to the side or something. It's really weird.
Oh, but see, I have the other phone so I can see the comments, but I lowered the volume all the way down.
Yeah, it's all the way down.
Yeah.
And it's not on Streamyard. We're playing the sound. Here.
Now, if I put this one up, you'll be able to hear us twice. Look, watch. Okay, talk.
Hello.
See?
I didn't hear anything just then. Weird.
Yeah.
I don't have a freaking clue. Golly, tarnation. What to do? Like, I press every...
You can do all his voices. This is very, very good.
I'm Donald Trump. Tonight we have Psychic Chris Garcia on. He's one of a kind, really good guy. One of the greatest I know. It's gonna go real far. I just know it. See it in stars. Man.
She's bad with that. She's bad with that voice. This is Donald Trump. I'm invincible.
Donald Trump. Clean it up and asked me to do the puffer lips. I forgot to do the puffer lips. See, now I'm gonna laugh and I can't do it. Donald Trump. We got Psychic Chris Garcia on tonight. He's great. I'm gonna tell you he's great. Is that better? I always forget to do the puffer lips. My mom, she does a perfect Trump. She even dressed up as them for Halloween. Travis, speaking of which, are you going to dress up for Halloween?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I mean, there's nobody that comes out because we live out far from people trick or treating, so we gotta go somewhere around town. And I do already have a costume on, ribs and bones.
Nice. I'm going to be,
Everybody has seen the costume and say, damn, Chris, you have made, I can see your bones.
tell your mama feed you. Oh, Travis said he's going as Tommy Chong. I'm going as Elvira, Mistress of the Night, so I need to figure out how to do her makeup.
But yeah, I mean, but I usually decorate outside. So I'm gonna get a pumpkin, cut it up, and then get the seeds out. And then I'm gonna put them on the side and clear them out, and then start making a face on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the seeds, we salt them, clear them up real good, and we put them in the oven and nice and crispy. So,
Oh, I lost you for a second. You were talking about the seeds?
yeah, we put them in the oven once we clean them.
Yeah, that's the only Halloween horror story I have. Was when I was a kid. It was after my mom had passed, and my dad was at work or something. I don't know. And I brought pumpkin seeds home from school, and I was gonna make me some pumpkin seeds, and they caught on fire, and we were home alone, and it was freaking scary. Luckily I just kept the oven closed so it burned itself out, but all the fire alarms went off, and we were living in Miami, Florida at the time, so I think we were up on the 8th floor, and I think there was 10. But yeah, that was scary for me and my brother. Would have been scary for everybody else in the complex, but they had no clue. Otherwise, I haven't really had a really scary Halloween story.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you what happened. This was a friend of mine. I know a dream. I'll tell you in a minute. It was like, and I knew what it meant because I was like, because I have already made predictions from the old group, not the group that you were in, it's another group. And a friend of mine told me that maybe about 6 years ago to the day, I told her, I said they're going to come back in a year. The people that I used to talk to, which I think I don't know if you're in that chat, but if you're in that group, then you didn't know anything about it. And I told her they're going to come back in a year and they're going to start the shit again and come back. And supposedly I've heard from others that they won back, and I've heard through others that they have said shit, make up shit that's not even irrelevant. But yeah, it's kind of funny because I had another friend, but she was on the show with me one time. She told her group that somebody was coming back on her end and saying they're coming back, and we both said it at the same time. And my friend Amy said, looked at us both on Messenger. She's like, "Did you really both say that?" I said, "Yeah, my group, somebody from her group," and we're just like put it together, and we're just like, "That's creepy," which we didn't know each other at the time when we both said it to our groups. I said it to her. She said it to them. And then, yeah. So we actually have made our own little predictions, and now it's a year. And since the year's already up, almost over, I've heard so much garbage. It's funny how the things come to me. It's not like I'm not even asking for it, and people are just there doing their investigations. What happened? You muted your mic?
I muted my mic and they said the echo was gone, so that's good.
Weird.
I don't get it. Because I have headphones on, but maybe it's really loud. Maybe the tinnitus is finally taking my hearing from me. Yeah, I was just listening to your story. So, continuing on with investigations, you were saying.
Yeah, and we both said that the old group, but my group was gonna come back. Her group said someone's piece out. She told them a warning. I said this and this and this and this to my friend, this and this and this. Prior to that, before how we came about discussing that, was just recently. There's this small group that it's just three of us, just me and two other people. So we had visions, and we were both, all of us being about the same stuff. Lately has been weird. So the night before, I'll tell you about that one, but I'll tell you about the one previously. I was, remember one night I was laying down and I was just conducting. I told everyone, I said, I gotta go to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep, but I looked at the ceiling, and then for a night I just closed my eyes and I started seeing colors, just colors blinking in and out. And I'm like, oh crap, here I go. I'm gonna start having a premonition. So I go to sleep, and all of a sudden I'm looking around, and I'm like looking towards this field in the distance. And the grass is cut. I didn't look what was beside me. And I'm looking around, and there's houses all over the place. And I'm just like that. And then I'm like, what am I at? And then I look up on the roof where this house was. There's an owl looking straight the same direction that I'm looking at. The owl did not even look at me. It just kept looking. And I looked at the owl.
You're breaking up. You said you. Oh man.
The same direction I was.
You're breaking up. You said you looked up and on the roof. We can't hear you anymore.
The owl. I was looking at the owl on top of the house. And then I'm like freaking out because the owl's looking in the distance. Hold on, let me see if this will work now. Hold on.
I don't know. For some reason, I think my headphones may have gone out, so I'll have to pair my my earbuds. But in the meantime, we have Spooky Robin in the house. Welcome, Spooky Robin.
Hello.
What's up?
So how are you two doing
Can you guys
tonight?
hear each other?
Yeah, I can see him. It's just
You can't hear nada?
I'm trying to get this thing. I'm trying to pair this up, and it's being an ass.
So why is there an echo again?
It's bouncing. Looks like it's bouncing on the board and in Spreaker.
Nicole, this is a different story.
So if you guys can hear each other, go ahead, and I'm going to try to fix my earbuds or plug in and plug out my headphones. I don't know what else to do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. So how are you doing, Tessa?
She's checking the mic because we're hearing echoes for some reason. So what is it that you need to ask me tonight?
Well, the reason why I came on is because I've suddenly have an interest in these final final destination films. Have you heard about those?
I don't know anything about what you just said.
Anyways, the Final Destination films are about death, and death has a plan, and one of them is sees an accident before it happens, and is able to stop it before it happens, and gets people off the accident, and it messes up Death's design, and it has to alter his design. So Death has to alter, come up with a new design, so they could cheat Death.
Okay.
And there's 5 of these films.
Okay.
And so today, I was at a craft sale, and I bought a used sign called "Enter, because you are dead" sign, and I just want to know what all that means.
I feel that when you buy that whatever book or whatever you said, because I didn't hear it, since I don't know too much about that, I feel like for you buying that, I feel like you're getting pulled for a reason, whatever reason that is. It's part of the story that you were saying, that if I've heard about that, whatever you were talking about, I feel that book is going to guide you to what your next part of life is going to be. Of where you're going to go next. I don't know how that's going to, some kind of to know. Sorry. You're wanting to know pages. I do believe you're gonna meet people, and I don't know why, but I'm getting an auction or like a gathering, and I see you at this gathering. I don't know what it consists of because I'm just seeing like flashes, but you're gonna be there and just meeting. And you're gonna interact, and I see you've always been.
Right.
When you were talking, whatever you're gonna do, it can be something. And like I remember I heard say studios, then it's something that I picked up on studios. So maybe you're gonna work in a studio warehouse where there's gonna
You too. You as well. Right? Me neither.
and then one
Let me
time
just
I
go over
remember
here really
I
quick
had my friend
to
Nicole try to come on because I don't know if you can
my.
hear me.
Okay,
She said
because
that the
I
last
can't
time
hear
she tried coming
anything
in, she
right
couldn't
now,
because
but before I could hear you, and
I don't
then
know. I don't
I
know,
think I
Nicole.
just
Remember
need
the last time
to
you
add
tried
it
coming
over
in?
here because it's not going anywhere on,
I don't even know if she's there.
let's say the Streamyard or the eTalk. So I'm just trying to fix this really quick.
I know.
I think if that should do it.
Nicole, do you remember when you tried coming in? Did you want to try coming in now? I can send you the link to come on if you can.
I can actually copy and paste that really quick too, if we need to.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to come in. She said it wouldn't let her. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll try to send it to her and everything, but um,
Weird. Okay, so I went ahead and posted that in there. And with the internet these days, you don't really have to put the HTTPS //. You can just put the StreamYard.com and then the internet basically does the rest.
okay, so I don't know if you heard that, Nicole, but you don't have to put the HP um, or whatever Tessa said. You don't have to put that on there. So I don't even. You know what? So did you just post it on the link? Because I don't see anything on the chat.
Yeah, I put it in the chat under Four Corners Paranormal Investigations. It's in the chat. I think that everybody should be able to see it. Nicole said thank you, so I think she got it. But yeah, a lot of your owl story I missed because I think my headphones just died. Isn't that weird?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the story again. So
Last I heard, you were looking up, and then I couldn't hear anything anymore.
okay, so I'm gonna tell you that me and my friend were talking about this in this chat. I was talking to my friend Amy, and I told her this maybe like 6, 7 years ago, and I told her that the old group was gonna come back, and she's like, okay, and I guess she's a good person that documents this stuff. She remembers everything I say. So then I think it was like not even 2 or 3 days ago, she pops up and we're just talking in chat. She goes, Chris, I need to talk to you. So we're talking about random stuff. So then we're in chat. It's just me, my friend Harley, and her. We're talking. So then we're just talking, and she's like, do you know what month we're in? I said, yes, of course. I know what month we're in. Hi, Amy. I think she's watching anyway. So she said, well, we're to the year that you said that they were coming back. And I thought about it, I'm like, how long ago did I say this? And she said, you said it a long time ago. Then Harley said it, yeah, she told her group to see, but we didn't know each other at the time. So she told her group, I told Amy about the old group that we used to be in. This has nothing to do with you, Tess. This is a different group. So I don't know what we did, but we did some agreement with us three, and we were talking about it. And for the past few weeks, we've been having about the same amount of dreams, kind of weird. So as we're talking, and she says it's still not letting her on. Anyway, we're talking, and all of a sudden, I'm laying down. I told her I'm going to sleep. It took me a while to go to sleep. I'm laying on my bed. I see colors as soon as I close my eyes after a while. And then I start going into my dream mode. So in the dream, I didn't even know where I was. I just remember as I just seen a field. I was looking at the field, and I'm like, and the grass was cut. And I looked around, there was a few houses. And I'm like looking at the field, but I didn't have what I was next to, because I was so drawn to the field. And I'm like this, looking at the field. I'm like, what am I looking at? Well, there's a bunch of these houses. And then I heard turn around. So I turn around, and there's this damn huge owl. A great horned owl, as a matter of fact. It was on the roof on somebody's house. It was white. Okay? I didn't think of the shape of the house. I didn't think anything about the time. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I'm looking at the owl, and I'm looking at it like, it's looking the same direction I'm looking in. Why is it looking over there? And then all of a sudden, the owl just looked for a while, and then it put his head down and looked at me like this.
Oh,
Didn't even fly. The owl didn't even do nothing. I look at the owl, and I'm just like, I look at the owl, and he's looking down at me. I'm like, what are you doing up there? The owl didn't fly away, and that's all I remember was just looking at the field. And then I told my friends about it, and I said, Amy, we need to talk. This is weird. She's like, what? And then Harley was asking me, she goes, what color was the house? I said it was white. I don't remember if it was a triangle, square. I didn't pay attention. I was so drawn to the damn owl in the front of the, you know. So I'm just looking at the vision, and I'm thinking. And then I thought about it as we were in chat. I told them both. I said, you know what? Now I get it. I get it. This owl is looking in the distance. There's something that is being shown that the owl can see that others cannot see. It's seeing things coming towards this house and coming towards me
that's what I was thinking.
along
Something's
the house.
coming.
Yeah. So when I looked, I said, and I'm not even kidding. I could, in my head, I could see smoke. You know how like when you're riding the horses, and the horses are like they're soldiers, and when there's a bunch of people around, they have a tendency of creating dirt and smoke. And I could see it in the distance, and I'm like, something's coming. There's a war about to come. And I told them both, and they said, what did you say? I said, there's a war coming. Right when I said that, we were on camera. Harley's like, yeah, something's coming. She's like, and then that day we were in video. She shows me her house, and I'm like, she goes, was this a house? And I looked at him like, I said, move this way, this, whatever. And I'm looking, and then I look towards the field, and she goes, and then I looked at him like this, because I'm like this. I mean, the field looked so familiar, and I said, oh my God, this is so weird. So that one, we already figured it out. And then another one just recently, get this, Tess, you're gonna laugh. 2 nights ago, it was during the day, I couldn't sleep. It's another dream. I'm on the bed, and this time it's during the day. It's like around 5 or 6 in the afternoon. It's not even night. It's not 9 or 10. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna take a nap. Nobody wants to talk. Fine, I'll just go to bed. I tried to stay awake, and I fell asleep. All of a sudden, I see dark, like just black, and I'm like, this is weird. I usually see colors. All of a sudden, I see like a screen, and I look, and boof! My friend Amy pops on. She's like, I go, what am I doing in chat? She's like, I don't know. She stood out to me, and she's like looking at me like this, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. So then Harley pops up, and she's like, what's going on? And I was like, here we go. I've been trying to talk to you guys telepathically. We're like, what? And they're like, yeah. So I remember we were talking. I don't remember what we were talking about, but this was before the solar eclipse came. And then after that, I remember just.
So this was today?
No, this was 2 days ago before the eclipse.
Okay, because I remember seeing you say, like, I can't sleep, and I saw that post, and I was like, shit, like, I'm already in bed next to my hubby trying to get brownie points for not staying up late, because I'll stay up late all night.
Yeah, and then it was weird because, get this, if they both can come on and tell you their story, you would be flipping, because, I don't know, Amy, if you're on here, just for a second, I would love for you to hear their story, because I don't know how their stories are. I'm not good at telling other people's stories, but I'm going to tell you something. Mine was video of their in chat. Amy had a dream the same day, the same night I had, but she had it later on during the night. Harley had another dream where she was on video too, and I'm like looking at them like, you're joking. They're like, no, we're not joking. So we just had this dream about 2 or 3 days ago. And this was before the solar eclipse. And the only thing that we can't figure out what that means dreams yet. But as far as we know, just right now, that we're being watched. But for the reason why, we haven't figured that out yet. And that was like 2 days ago. And then I thought, I've been trying to tap into it, but it's like something's trying to like block me. But I know I tend to find out shit anyway. So us three had the same damn dream of videos. Isn't that kind of odd? I don't know.
That is odd. That reminds me of when me and Sandra, and I can't remember who else, were having the same end of the world sort of dreams. But yeah, I don't know. We've been talking about something coming for a while, and first it was COVID, but we knew it was something bigger than that. I don't know. I think something bigger is still coming, and it's going to be very.
What kind of dreams did you have? You don't mind me asking.
Okay, so the one, I'm sorry if you guys heard an echo there, because I was not muted, and I think that's what's causing the echo. But So the one me and Sandra and I can't remember who else had was we're all like pulling up in front of this old church, and it looks like it's back in the hills of Arkansas. Like there's a lot of greenery and stuff like that. And there's this old church house, and you go in there and there's like people on hooks, and there's a bloody mess at the door. And I just remember I was on the driver's side, Sandra's over here, and I'm like, we gotta go. And she's like, well, I gotta go get my husband. So she ran back in, and that's when she was talking about the people on the hooks and stuff. But I think she got back in time. We got in the cars and we're all trying to get out of there. But like I said, like we were all lined up parked there, and I don't know how many people there were. But we all had a plan and a place to meet, because it was basically like end of the world scenario. And I'm not saying like zombies, but perhaps like World War III or something. And it was not good, but we were still alive. And I think some people had turned to cannibalism to survive because, you know, all the stores aren't going and stuff like that. So it wasn't good.
And then what did Sandra have? Did she have the same dream as you?
Yeah, her part was her seeing me on the other side of the car in front of this same place in the middle of nowhere. It, like, to me, it reminded me of a place in Arkansas. But she had to go in and get her husband. When she did, she said there was blood all over the stairs. And when she went in to try to find him, there was people hanging on hooks, like they do with pigs and stuff when they slaughter them. So the blood can drain out and such. But yeah, it was so right on and so accurate, and both of us just like having the same dream, but like from different viewpoints. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was weird because we were like, and the thing is that we still haven't figured out about the dream about the video, so we're still trying to figure out what that is. The only thing I can feel is that we're being watched. I just don't know why and how come. But it's been just very strange, and Amy was even freaking out. She was like looking at us, and we're just like looking at each other and like, why the hell are we dreaming different times, and we're dreaming the same damn thing, but we're all having different scenarios, but we both have the same common thing, video. And she's like, that is weird. And then she had
sorry, I was just asking, so was the video, like, I know you can't exactly remember it, but did the video seem like some sort of like end of the world announcement on repeat or anything like that?
To be honest with you, I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're watching this live, because if they come on, they can tell you their story, and then you can put us three in perspective and see. Maybe we can ask you and see what you get off of that, because me, I'm always able to like see what's going on, but we were talking when I had the dream. Okay, and then prior to that, we had. Remember how I told you about the owl in the distance? Well, Amy had a dream about an owl too, but hers was different from mine. And then I looked at her and I'm like, "You're telling me that you dreamed about an owl too?" And she said, "Yeah." I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
So you see what Amy said? She said, in dream, Chris was on video. My dream was that I was going to be shown a video. But do you know what?
No. But see, now, but Amy, if you want to come on, this is when I sent you the link, Amy. If you want to come on, you can have your camera off. You don't have to show your face. Right, Tess? You don't have to show her face?
Right. Yeah, totally. And I even posted that in the chat here so everybody could see, because I know, like, even calling into a show, there's a lot of anxiety with that, at least for me. So you can call in and keep the camera off. Just have your voice come through. But I know it can be hard doing it both ways if you have social anxiety like me. But I'm working on that. That's why I'm doing this show. I'm running it instead of calling in and being like, scared little wabbit.
But you know what? What's crazy is that I remember when we first did the show, it was always like before the Streamyard thing came up to play, we were doing the show, and I remember people used to call in. I used to be able to hear them. Okay, Amy, you can try it. I sent Harley the link too. I don't know if Harley's watching. Anyway, um, so then it was weird because like I don't know what's going on, but I've been putting a lot of energy with us three, which I can't say, but it's just some stuff that I've been working on and it's been effective. So now that we're dreaming, it's kind of like, and I even asked her, I said, see, Harley is watching. Anyways, Harley, I sent you the link. I know, but I sent you the link so you can talk about the dream, about the, what do you call it? About the video thing. That's, you can go off camera. You don't have to show your face. Anyway, so anyway, for the past few weeks, it's been just very, very strange. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Okay, so I'm grounded right now on Facebook, but guess what? It's going to get worse. Like, they're going to quiet us down as far as they can until they can't do it anymore. Like, they're taking away all of our rights, freedom of speech. Yes, I know people get pee-pee hurt and they don't, they get offended by what people say. If you get offended, just keep scrolling and don't go to it. Like, I think the reason I got grounded was, I don't know if you saw it, it was the pies that had it looked like human faces, but it's really just like you carve a face in the pie crust and it cooks to look like a human face. So that was grody, but I see tits and ass on Facebook all the time. Why are you grounding me? And these guys are still showing tits and ass every day. So I don't know. That was annoying because this is the most inopportune time because I'm doing this contest, but I'm still trying. At least I can still post. But
yeah, that's funny that you said that because I had a friend that she was on my live. She didn't say anything wrong. She was just playing around with me. And she got reported twice, Tessa, for Facebook standards.
You went against community standards. It's like, excuse me, Zuckerberg. Oh, Amy Anna's coming on. Hi, Amy.
Hi, guys.
So, Amy, can you tell her your side of that story? I love when she says the stories. I love it too. So go ahead, Amy.
Okay, so my dream was I went through some stuff in the dream. It wasn't really relevant to this, but I went into a store and the employees took me aside and they were like, "You have a problem with authority, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." And they were like, "Okay, then we're not going to show you the video." And then I'm like, "What video?" And they're like, "No, we're not going to show it to you." But it was weird that Chris was on video. I was going to be shown a video, and Harley also had a dream about a video that had to do with, it had to do with something more like Chris had more. They were, I forget what she was, but it's more like.
I like for Harley to say her stories. I like Harley's stories too because between them two, I can't explain their stories. Mine is different from theirs, but when we're all together, oh my God, that's like if you could just.
It's different perspectives, but they all kind of go together.
Align. Yes. Now, knowing that Harley's not on, because she said she can come on, but
Harley, look who's here!
I don't know.
Hi, Harley.
But outside of the stories, is that without
Hi,
Hardy's
Harley.
story.
Hi.
So get this now. We can hear Hardy's story. I'm gonna let Hardy speak, and then once we're done, I want you to tell us what you think, Tess, after Hardy talks. So go ahead,
Did Amy
Hardy.
already finish her story?
Yes.
Okay. So mine was I was in this building and I was hiding because I was hiding from somebody that supposedly wanted me dead. And I was in this room with four other guys and they were actually hiding me. And one of their fathers was somebody that worked for the government and he had like a jet or airplane or a helicopter, I can't remember, but it was outside the window and he jumped inside the window. And like they lived somewhere upstairs and it was like something that could be parked outside, but it was still flying. And he comes inside and I'm hiding at this point. He was like, I'm going to use this device to record the room to make sure that nobody's in here hiding because there's somebody on the loose and we're looking for this person. And I'm guessing these guys must have knew me because they were hiding me. And after that or whatnot, he was talking to the four boys or whatever and was explaining to kind of like a laser and that it can see hot and it can see movement. And when he's done recording, he'll take the recording to the people that is wanting to watch the recording. And I'm like sitting there and something spiritually tells me to tell him that I'm there. So I end up kicking his leg and he turns around and as he turns around, the four boys are like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be telling him that you're here. If they find you, you're dead. And I did it, and he looks at me, and I'm like, I was told that I needed to tell you that I'm here, and you're my only way out. He said, you're right. Pack your stuff and let's go. So they were going to record whatever was in that room and take it to their boss.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the stories. And then we have another one. I don't know, Amy, do you remember the story about the owl? Yours?
No, but I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, I already told her mine, and you should see Tessa's face when I told her about the owl. And like I told her, I said, I must have been at Harley's house. And then that night, I remember when Harley said, she goes, something's coming. And it was weird. Remember when I told you? When I told you guys, I said something.
That's what I said too. Something's coming. That's what that owl was looking at. Okay, I have to tell you something really quick. With your guys' combined dreams, I just had a dream, and I think it was about the same time you guys did, where I'm in this apartment, and at the time, I feel like I'm a single mom because nobody else is there. It's just me and my baby. My baby's Nova. Nova's now 19, but so that didn't make sense. But I hear, like you said, choppers coming. And so I peek my head out the door and there's parachutes coming down. And there's a bunch of guys in white suits. Kind of looks like environmental suits or hazmat suits or whatnot. And they're going everywhere, like, you know, they're landing, they're spreading out, they're going to every apartment complex. So me and the baby hid because we just knew that they were coming to kill us.
That was my...
You're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, they were coming to kill us. And so, yeah, I knew that right away. Like, this is not good. They're coming to kill us. So I went and hid. And, I don't know. I think they found me and I woke up at that point. But
when was this though, Tess?
This was about, I don't know. I want to say last week, but it could have been like 2 weeks ago.
Because when I had that one, the one about the video was not even two. It was like 3 nights ago. And then the one about the house from a distance, that was, I believe, last week. Yeah, it was last week because it was weird because we've been trying to like, you know, try to figure out things and we've been asking and I guess we're getting our signs, right? And every time I'm like dreaming, it's like, I'm like telling Amy and Hardy, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why the hell are we on video? All three of us are doing the same damn shit. And I'm all like, what the hell did we do? And then the first thing that Amy said, she goes, you know what I think it is? They're watching us. And I'm like, you know what? We'll give them something to watch. That's it. That was what I
I
told
know
them.
I've been being watched for a long time. Before I
Yeah,
even
and
met
then we
Chris,
already
I was
talked
being
about it.
watched.
Yeah, and then me and Harley were talking about even before when I told her, I said, my group is coming back. And I remember Amy said to the day, she goes, remember when you told me about maybe 7 years ago that the group was coming back? So this was already a year. Right when I said that, I
He was
told
just
her, I said
playing. That's what happens
that
when you play rough.
that they're coming back. And then
Hey,
I
Yeah,
was like,
and you guys feel free to mute
lay
your
down.
mics in between talking, okay?
and then during that time, I tell Harley about it, and Harley's like, you know what? She's like, I feel the same fucking shit that you do. She goes, I told my group way before I met you that something was coming. Somebody was coming back to our group or starting shit. And then Amy looks at me and her, and she's like, giving us this weird look, like what? And I'm like, we're connected. Like it's just weird, but it's just
And
I
we
don't know
are,
what
and I
what
think the more time goes by, like kids are being born with more and more gifts. Like it was few and far between before, but now it's like kids these days are born and they're talking about their past lives and all kinds of crazy stuff. And there's so many signs of the end of times. And that's one of the things I like to say. The end of times has been, a conversation since the beginning of time. Everybody's been talking about it. But for real, like we got World War III that could be happening at any time. The week of peace for Jerusalem, which started on the 1st of October. That's when war broke out in Jerusalem. Um, there's so many things that are happening that are so dark and dismal, and it just keeps pointing to like something bad's about to happen. And I mean, like with Russia, it was like, there's the badger and the eagle and the dragon. That's America, Russia, and China. Those things have been like, that's going to happen forever. And he even said before, do not invite Ukraine to join NATO or else this will happen. Well, we didn't care. Like, what are you really going to do, Putin? Well, he's been, causing war, which I think they finally declared war between Ukraine and Russia. And China's had their little fingers poking in it. And of course, the United States has been funding Ukraine. There's just all kinds of bad things happening, and it's just going more and more downhill, and we're just pissing Putin off even more. And he is not the most stable person in the world. Let's tell you, it's bad.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Tess. Before you tell us about what your perspective on all our dreams are with the video, I want you to tell me what you think, and then I'm gonna say one more thing, and then we can talk about something else. So, what is your perspective, Tess, on your perspective of our our dreams of the video? What is your perspective, Tess?
My perspective is maybe this is a video that could be the beginning of the end. Maybe this is a video that is being shared because something is coming. Something that we all know has been coming for a long time, but it's just become relevant. So that's what I was saying with this whole spiel that I'm saying. Like, we've been seeing it for a long time, but it's just getting more and more like more groups are colliding as far as like minds and being together. Like, we're all connected and we're connecting even more. And that's what I feel like. I feel like something is going to happen. We've been saying that for quite a while, even before COVID. And it's just getting more and more and more like a stronger feeling that shit's about to hit the fan, boys and girls.
Yeah, and then get this. I'm gonna tell you something else too, Amy. I'm gonna call it out. Okay, you're gonna laugh when I say this. Okay, when I first met Amy, and this is where she knows where this is going when she hears the story. I didn't know her. She met me through some other show, which I'm not going to say that person's name. So when I first read her, I had a vision. It was to the T. It was very detailed, very in detail, and it was weird because I'll tell you the dream, and then I'm gonna tell you what I told her. I'm gonna say it real quickly. So in the dream, I remember seeing a bridge, and under the bridge there was like this gate. There was these gates, right? But the gates were not holding anything. They were just on the other side. And inside the gates, believe it or not, there was like mechanical stuff, like tools and everything like that, right? So all of a sudden, get this, there's these two cars, Tess, in black, tinted black windows, pull up to the fucking thing. And at the time, I don't remember this part, but I think they were looking for her. They were looking for my friend Amy. So during that time, those two the windows, the gates were locked with like a combination lock. So somehow she got away, and on the other side of the gate, I was there, like I was like waiting for her,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow I got her, and I helped her, and I get her out, and then like on the other side of the gate, there was this big ass. It was like a brick wall. I climb over the brick wall, and then there's this where the cars where they're all vacant. I forgot what you call it. I always get stuck on that part. It's what is that shit called, Amy?
Junkyard.
Junkyard. It was a junkyard and all this, and then further down there was a house. Well, after all the dream was done, Tess, this is what we came out with. Since I've known Amy, me and her have known each other for 4 years. Okay, outside of Harley and Amy, outside of them two, they've been after me since day one, since I started walking. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I know this because I almost got taken at the age of 5. Well, actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. 7 when I went to school, and I think I told you that story. So they tried to take me at the age of 7. How do I remember? They think kids don't remember shit. You're wrong, because we do. And then and then with Amy, there's been visions she's told me that she has felt even at her age that they've been after her since a long time. And I'm actually going to call this out with your permission. The men in black have been after her since we met. And even then they've been after her. So there's a common thing between me and Amy there. They've been after us since day one. Now, outside of that, they've been wanting Harley for even before I know her, before we met. I'm pretty sure they've been wanting her since she started walking too. So if you really get technical, what is the common thing?
All of us are being sought from different groups for perhaps the same agenda.
Exactly. And you know what the most common thing I see with us three? Government. Or at least I think it's government. But then again, it could be the men in black. And then there's other times where I've had visions where, and this was before Harley's story. There was this one I remember to the day. There's this gray building, but it was in the city. And it had like a gate, but it had like wheels at the bottom. And it was like almost like a prison. And get this, Tess, and I remember this to the T. I had this dream maybe like 3 times. On the outside of the building, it was gray. There was a van parked on the side. And on the side, there was like steps going up, like this, up, and then going that way. And on the other side where the building was, you couldn't see the, you couldn't see inside, but you could look out. So everything was tinted, right? So going upstairs, it was, I, I mean, it was like a big ass room, and even though I was blindfolded, I could see it in my third eye. It was huge. I mean, it was huge, and there was like I think maybe like 6 chairs. Okay, 6 of them. I just want to say 6 because that's just what I'm being told randomly. So we were tied up, okay? And they actually tried to get us to inject us with needles for some reason, I guess because we knew something. So they were after us.
Probably,
And I don't know if John had that dream.
probably like a truth serum. And John's
Yeah,
saying, I
it was
second
like they were
that when
injecting
he
us.
went to court, that man drank a ton of water.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
injecting us. There was others that there was, I couldn't see everybody else because like in the dream I was blindfolded, but I could see everything else. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, what do we do? And who are the other people with me that they have us tied up and blindfolded? And I remember there was a few times that they would actually tell us to shut up because we were talking. And we asked them, what are we doing here? Are you holding us against our will? What do we do? Who are you? Are you government? Are you a terrorist? And the whole time to us, with that dream, I had it 3 times. They never said a word. But
no.
we
And
were
they're not going
prisoners.
to, because I think the issue is we're enlightened and we know better than to be sheeple, and we know to fight against, the government. I don't know. For me, mine
I
started
had one
like,
close to that, but a little different.
yeah.
Which one?
So,
Which one?
we are
The
like
dream that you were talking about.
Which one, Harley? The same one I had?
Well, see, it was a gray building and there was stairs, but there was a double door, and this is outside. We walked through the double door and there was carpet, and it was from one corner to another corner. Everybody was laying in these beds hooked up to these monitors that were, they had IVs keeping them, asleep or whatnot. And there was me and a few other people. I don't know if they want me to say anything, but anyways, there was like we were all together. We were woken up by our spiritual gifts. We were not supposed to be awakened, and we were not supposed to see that there was people sleeping in this room. And it was government, and it was like we were being not tested, more like guinea pigs for what they wanted. They wanted to be able to use the gifts, to use them for war, and to use them against people and shit. And they were trying to figure out how they can harness our gifts. And there was a white van outside, and we escaped. And we
That
had
part
them
I
after
had.
us after that. We hid. I don't know if this is like a past life or if this is supposed to be the future or whatnot, but yeah, I had a dream close to it way
See,
before we met.
but that I had that like I don't even know because I don't know if I ever told Amy about it because Amy has had all my visions. I don't know if she had them in paper, but something happened. But when I had these visions, my God, it was just so intense because every time they would change. They would always change, but it was always the same scenario. I asked them, "Who are you? What do we do?" And my theory was they never spoke, but I felt like somebody hired them to get us for some odd reason. And even though Harley says she doesn't know if it's past, present, or future, but for me, I think it's future. I feel
it's
it very, very strongly
coming.
that something is coming. And I'm going to tell you what I've had visions of. I've even had visions of camp areas, campsites. That's a whole nother vision, but I'll tell you another time. But like I've said, of the visions of the house, which we already know whose house that is, but we ain't going to talk about whose house that is. Um,
Bear not.
I can tell you right now, I feel that just with us 3, outside of the other group, we are one of the 3 major targets. Yeah, I don't know how I know that. That's just, but again, I don't know nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking shit out of my
Hey,
ass.
forget about it. Forget about it. Hey, on that note, we do
I
have to
don't know.
go. Yeah, we do have to go to our first music break because we're really, really late. But you're going to love it because I know you love this group. All right. So make sure, boys and girls, you mute your mics because everything's going to come through. But on this break, we have Miss Michaela Hay with Devil You Know, Nothing But Blood, Collapse, as well as Close. Then we have Fred Johnson the Third from Canyon County, California. I just have to mention Michaela Hay is from Ontario, Canada. But yeah, he's going to be singing Sugar. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
There's too much sky, too blue, too white. The birds on the wire are singing, but I don't know why. Why aren't the roses hanging their heads? They're standing straight up, blooming instead. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Why does that guy have a smile on his face? Why is the sun even shining today? Why are the headlines talking about love? Don't they all know what happened to us? Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, the stars light up, the world goes round. Every day, life moves on, it don't stop for anyone. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, the stars light up, the world goes round. Every day, life moves on, it don't stop for anyone. Now that we're apart, there's nothing. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. So surprised I worked out a smile, out a smile, out a smile. 'Cause I've grown and I've changed. Yeah, we went separate ways. How come we're both back here? 'Cause you pushed me away, had my life rearranged, but still we're both back here. Back here, close to me. I want you close to me. I can see that you want me. Follow me, baby, just follow me.
Welcome back, and thank you guys so much for joining us this evening on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. That was Michaelan Hay and Fred Johnson the Droid, and those guys were freaking amazeballs. Such good songs, I must agree.
Yep. I'm glad Amy's still on there. I thought she was probably falling asleep with the music. She's like, I could be on here and I don't have to be on camera.
It's true, it's true.
Oh, that's shit funny. No, but but that's just, it's just weird. I just know that when it's just weird how these dreams fall into play. And I know there's more because it makes it's kind of creepy. It really does kind of creep me out. And then with everything that everybody tells me, stop saying you don't know nothing, but I have a tendency of doing that. But in reality, I'm not supposed to be saying that. But you know, it's just I can say I do know stuff because it is kind of creepy with the stuff that I've seen and the stuff that I've witnessed, the validations that are coming through. It's just nonstop. So it's kind of, and then on top of that, Miss Amy's a dream interpreter, so her perceptions creep me out at times. So it's kind of just, it goes hand in hand. So, yeah.
I don't know, it's freaky, and like, I don't know about you, but some dreams I retain, sometimes it's just a small portion. But when it's life bending like that, when it's like, this is actually happening, feels like it's actually happening, but it's not. I don't know, it really just creeps you out. And the first time, okay, so I have to say, when I was a kid, I used to have a dream that was repetitive, and I think it was one of my past life memories where I was one of the guys building the skyscrapers in New York, and I was on one of those iron beams, and the wind blew me, and I fell off, and the cars that were really, really tiny and the people that were even tinier got bigger and bigger and bigger as I fell, until like each time I had the dream, I got closer and closer and closer to that little line in the sidewalk. That really freaked me out. But these dreams, it's like you have dreams that are dreams, and then you have dreams that feel so real, you can't deny them. And the dream I just told you about the hazmat suits and coming out of helicopters and coming to kill us, basically exterminate us, felt so freaking real, even though I know the daughter I had at that time was much older than she was. Like, maybe that's just my perspective of her. Like, that's still my little baby. She's always going to be my little baby. So it was me and her hiding. But otherwise, the rest of it, like, was right on. And the one with Sandra, that one tore me up forever because it was not only Sandra. I can't believe, I remember who else it was. I think it might have been Dennis Dyke or somebody in our group for We Are Paradox Media. And it was like three of us had the same thing going on. I think it might have been J-To. It could have been somebody else. But we were all in the same place, but different perspectives. And that to me is what really blows your mind, is like, you're there, I'm there, we're all there, but what was your perspective? Because we all see something different. And that's the same as far as cases, whether it be murder or an assault or whatever. Everybody sees the same thing, but everybody has a different perspective. I don't know. It's pretty intriguing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've had to where, you know, everything I see, I would call them dreams. But to me, I think it's more visions. And you know what it seems like to me? The ones that I can remember very, very detailed. That's like 5G. That's like 3D. You know how like when you put the glasses on and everything's in your face. You know how like when you see this type of movies? That's what it feels like. It's like all these dreams I've had. It's just everything's in 3D, and it's like, what is the meaning behind it? And then sometimes I get a perspective from Amy, and she says maybe you're looking in somebody else's eyes. You're looking through somebody else's eyes of what it feels like to step in their shoes and see what it feels like to be them. Like maybe if I step in Amy's shoes to see how her life is and step out of my body and see what it feels like to be Amy for a day, I probably wouldn't be able to handle it, or or Harley or whoever, Nicole. I mean, just to step in someone else's shoes, you get a different perspective of what they see and what they go through every day. Now, if you step in my shoes, I would tell you get the fuck out of my head because you don't want to be in Chris's shoes. Because you don't want to be near mine. I'm just saying.
You
don't
can't
want to
handle
see what I
Chris. Get out of Chris's head. You can't handle Chris.
What do you think, Amy? Do you think you'll be able to handle my dreams?
Nope. Or mine. Nope.
I mean, you barely have enough with yours, right?
Right.
Yeah, but you know what I think, and you know what I think outside of the video dreams, I have some kind of perspective. But I think it's more on the lines of I think my enemies. That's how I perceive it, and people that I used to talk to, which I ain't seen their names because I know they watch Tessa's show too, and some of the people that I don't talk to anymore, Tessa, but I'm not going into detail with that either. So I know that they're watching me, they're browsing, but it's okay. But it's just, I just see as, people that I don't talk to, it's kind of like they're trying to look into us and we're aware that we're seeing them from different angles. Like I'm seeing it, and I've had this one dream too where it freaked Amy out because she's always been able to have a dream interpretation. There was this one, it got me so messed up. I was like, oh my God, this one really got me good too. One day, I had this vision. This is gonna trip you out. Now, this one, I'll never forget. I don't think John has heard this one. Well, I already talked to Harley and Amy and Harley about it. And there was this one time where we were in chat, in another chat that we're in. Everybody was just fucking away, like that. But then Amy pops up, and I looked at her and I'm like, am I the only one seeing this shit? And nobody answered because I was thinking it. So I look at Amy, she's on camera. She's like, hi guys. And I'm like, hi Amy. But in a different tone. Because I go, usually I don't talk like that, but I go, hi Amy, what you doing? But in this case, it wasn't so much like that. So then, this tripped me out. I look at Amy and I said, are you feeling okay? He's like, yeah, I do. I said, no, you're not. There's something a little different about you. And this is when I saw something. And
Do you remember when I checked in on you and asked if you were okay for no apparent reason?
yeah,
I'm picking up on your beacon, brother.
Yeah, and then in the dream, I look at Amy and I'm saying, come closer to the camera. And she's like this. Really close with her eyes. And I'm looking at her.
Hello.
Exactly like that. Something like that. So then she comes in camera. And I'm not even kidding, Tess. You're going to freak out. As I look in her eyes, I see somebody else's eyes. I'm like looking into her eyes. And I'm like deep in her eyes. I see another girl and says, hi, Chris. You don't know me. And I'm like, who are you? And she's like, I'm a very acquaintance of some people that you know. And I'm not going to say the names because you're going to trip out. I used to be in the group that you're in now. I've been watching you on TikTok. I like your vibes. And I go, what do you want? She goes, I want to get something back that was returned in mine, something to me. But I like you. And I told her flat out, I said, whatever you want, you ain't fucking getting back. I said, and then she's like, well, it's nothing to do with you, but I want to get very close to you. So I'm like, oh, I bet you do. And I
Mm-hmm.
started talking shit to her. I said, I don't know what you're wanting or what your plan is. I don't know who you are. And she told me her name, and I was like,
I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you
and
want,
then I
but I
told
have a
and then,
certain set of
and
skills.
then I said her name. I told her, I said her name, and her eyes were just like, freaking out. And then like she's like, I'm gonna get what fucking belongs to me. And I'm like, she goes, I'm gonna get to it, and
That's creepy.
I'm gonna get through it through you. And I'm like, oh really? I want to see you try it. So I was like I was really up in her face. She was talking a whole bunch of shit, and she mentioned 2 names, which I'm not gonna say the names. 'Cause I don't want, because then they're gonna know what I'm talking about. So she was, well, I'm a very good friend of so and so. Really? I don't think so. You're gonna try to do them. You're gonna try to get to them. You gotta get to me. She's like, I'm just wanting to see if we could talk. And I'm like, no, you ain't talking to me. I don't know you. You're like a stranger to me. Really? Really? I know people in that group that you're in. I was like, okay. What's your point? She was, I'm gonna get my shit back. There was 2 people. She mentioned the names, and one of the names, or actually 2 of the names, are probably in the chat. And I'm like, oh really? So you know them, huh? Let me see you try it. You ain't gonna get nowhere near close to me. And get this, Tess. The person that was telling me this, she was on TikTok, but she got blocked by Harley. Okay, she got blocked by Harley.
Probably for a good
So
reason.
then, yeah, because Harley and John and everybody else moderates on TikTok, so they watch for me and they watch for themselves too. So in this vision, she was like, "Well, I'm gonna get to you somehow." So then, like after she said what she did, I snapped out. I said, snapped out, and when I snapped out, I saw Amy's face, and she looked at me and she says, "Guys, are you okay?" And I'm like, Amy, I was looking at you, but it wasn't you." She was like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I looked into your eyes, and I went from your eyes, from your eyes into someone else's eyes, and it looked like it was a portal." And you should have seen Amy's face. She was like, I was like, "Yeah." So then, so then when after I had that dream, you should have seen it when I called the chat that we're in. I told Amy, "Do you have time?" Because I messaged her. I said, "Amy, do you have time to talk?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got time." And I said, we need to get a, you need to sit down. I got some short, I got some shit to tell you. So she's just typing on her computer or messenger, and we're just talking. I go, "Amy, are you ready?" She's like, "Yeah." I start telling her everything, and she, right when I tell her what her part was, and about the eyes, she was like this. You're like, "You're joking, right?" I said, "No." She goes, "When did this happen?" I said, "Last night." And then I told her, I said, "Amy," and I actually threw her under the bus because she always has a different kind of, she can always tell me what's going on, right, with my vision. Well, this one, she was just looking at the computer, and then she looked at me, she goes, "Chris, I have no answer for you on this one." I looked at her and I'm like, "Amy, you always used to have perception all the time. What happened in this one?" And she's like, "I can't explain it. I just cannot. I don't know what to tell you on this one. It's weird." So then when I told her that, I told Marty about it, and she was like, what? And I said, yeah, one of your friends that doesn't like you. And she goes, oh, that person. I said, yeah, you blocked her on TikTok. And she goes, what? She went through Amy? I said, no, she was, first a minute, I was talking to Amy, and then a minute later, I was looking through Amy, and it went into someone else's eyes, and it felt like a portal of some sort. And then Marty's like, wow, she's trying to get to you through Amy. But the funny thing is, he doesn't know Amy. So how did she do that? And I'm like,
So they don't have to know her, they just have to know you, and she's connected to you, and therefore they could take advantage of that.
yeah, and that's what we came up with. And then when we thought about it, I was like, Amy, she's like, what? I said, you're a target. Someone's trying to get to me, but using you as your body, but not your body, but your eyes. And then she was like, well, I don't know who this person is, but she had no right to do that because she like invaded her space and invaded her body. So it was almost like she was in a trance, so to speak. But then when I came out of it, you should have seen my face, because when I came out of that dream, I was like, and then everybody in chat was still talking. And then when they noticed that I had this weird look on my face, John and everybody's like, Chris, are you okay? And I'm like, guys.
Yeah, you okay, buddy? Yeah, you're like, no.
So then, after everybody talked to me, like I snapped out of it, and I said, you guys, I gotta go. So then I snapped out of it, out of the vision, and I said, you know what, I need a message in the vision. I said, I need to talk to you. But it was weird because I did not know who this girl was. I still don't. I kind of know a little bit about her because Hardy's told me about her. I've heard a little bit of her through John, but Hardy's told me more. And I'm like, so you're telling me that she's a witch? Is that what you're saying? He's like, yeah, she's done shit. I said, okay. Well, that explains how she did that too.
I think I am genetically modified to be like that. Like, I've gotten books that tell me different things to do for white magic. Never, ever touched anything with black magic, but even with the white magic thing, I didn't even open the cover. I just read the front and back, and it's in my library out here in the garage. And it's because of my mom and what happened to her and how she knew how she was going to die and when she was going to die, etc. Like, you know, a lot of people wish they could know that, but I don't want to know. I'd rather be surprised. Like, yeah, like I fell out of the shower or got hit by a car or something, you know, who knows? Maybe I ate a bad oyster. But it scares me, like, having that power. So I know I have it because of my empathy, the way I could pick up on people's feelings and thoughts. Vern is constantly telling me, get the fuck out of my head, like you were saying earlier. Get the fuck out of my head. I'm like, can't help it, you know? I have these thoughts for a certain reason, but...
Yeah, but I mean, I've had some occasions, and I think out of all my visions, there's not one that creeps me out, but that one recently, that one creeped me the fuck out, because I was like, oh, so this girl's using Amy? You should have seen my face when I found out, like, after everything was done.
She was using what?
I said, is this girl is really coming after me to get a hold of the group? I don't think so. Just try to come through me and do.
Well, and guess what? Troy Bacon, our friend, he's been dealing with that too, and he just posted recently. I know somebody out there is trying to use magic on me, and just know anything you use against me is going to come to you like tenfold. So you better be careful. And I was like, high five, because that's true. Whatever you use on somebody, you better make sure it's pure and true or whatnot. You better be careful of what your intention is, because that's going to come back at you.
That's right. And that's what I told Amy about it. And Amy didn't even. And then Amy had told me, she goes, you know what, Chris? She goes, I don't know who this girl is, but that has nothing to do with me and you. And I was like, exactly. Why did she use you? And she goes, she must have saw me on TikTok, and she said maybe she heard me say Amy's name somehow, or maybe I said Amy and I said hi by her name, because that's not what her TikTok name is. But because I can't, I have a tendency of telling Amy hi on top of that. So maybe she thought, well, let me see if I can just tap into one of his friends, very close friends. No, she had to tap into Amy, and I'm just like, beep beep. Do you remember that look, Amy, when I told you about that dream?
Yes.
What was your what was your response to that?
That dream was crazy. I didn't have a response. That one was weird. It was, yeah, usually no, or can find out, but that one was confounding to me. I just, it was a block to me. I couldn't even, it's like, not even it could go this way or that way. It was just like, no, I don't even know about that one.
I don't know. And that's why I'm saying, that's why when I had told her about that dream, she was flipping because she's like, I don't know what to tell you, because usually she has an answer for me, but this one she was just like, she's like, I don't know what to tell you. The only thing that she did tell me, she was, I don't have nothing to tell you, but outside of that, she goes, whatever this girl wants has nothing to do with you and me. So why did she use me? She must have seen or heard something that you said my name. And she says, that's one of his close friends. So now, I'm very careful when I say people's names now. I'm not doing that again.
Honey, boo-boo child.
And I say Tessa's name, and then somebody appears to be Tessa, and then I'm looking at Tessa like, are you feeling okay?
I do have a doppelganger. Did I tell? No, I haven't told you about that. I think it was right after we did our show together. So if you haven't heard,
what happened?
So I just got done doing a show. I think it was my story time show. I'm not sure if the night before it was me and you or what, but I went out on Sunday after the show, got the kids snacks and clothes and stuff ready, and came back into the bedroom to go to bed after I got a snack and stuff like that. And Vern was just looking at me all fucked up like I did something wrong. And I'm like, what, dude? Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I don't know why you're looking at me like this. And he's like, how long have you been out there? About 30, 45 minutes. He's like, I just saw you 5 minutes ago. Walk past me. You're looking at your phone, which doesn't make sense. I would have been pointing it at the floor so I could see where I was going. But he's like, you were looking at your phone and you went into the office and I said something to you. You didn't say anything back. And then here you are. And I know you didn't go back past me. And I just like, she's been here before. She will come again, you know? I don't know. I don't know what she wants. I hope she comes back and does my dishes because I really need her for that. Otherwise, like, what the hell is she doing here?
Well, you know what they always say? You're never supposed to come across your twin. I mean, think about it.
I heard talking outside, and Nova and Dad is not here.
No, they're not. Lock the doors.
Weird. I mean, just think
We
about
did,
that.
and Floyd has his katana with his sheath off.
Having another
And
one?
I also saw a flashlight shine straight into my eyes when I was at the door, showing Floyd something.
Okay, I'll be out there in just a few minutes.
To have it come across another enemy, I'm gonna be
and I was telling Floyd, get ready with the phone to call 911.
Oh, well, we're fine. Don't call 911, I will.
Why are you looking at me like that? Just because I fucking saw you at the store. What? Yeah, I saw a girl that looked like you. You know, that would trip me. trip me out if I saw somebody like any of my friends. I mean, I'll be just like either I'm tripping or I'm high on something or I'm just seeing somebody that looks like one of my friends. I'll be tripping.
No, and the crazy thing was, like, not only was my doppelganger seen doing dishes, she pushed my second eldest daughter down in the tree fort. We have a bunch of blue spruces that, form a tree fort, so we've got a table and chairs and stuff out there. And she's like, come on out here, I gotta show you something. And so Nova followed her out there. And when they got out there, she pushed her down, and Nova got up, and she pushed her down again, and Nova got up, and she pushed her down again. And then she ran in the house, closed the door. Now there's windows there, but she closed the door, locked it. There was a lock at the top where the kids can't reach, and Nova came in through the other door. She tried the back door. That didn't work. She tried the front door, came in. She's like, why did you push me down? And why are you wearing different clothes? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been sitting here with my roomies playing poker. We were playing Texas Hold'em. And what are you talking about? What happened? And she's like, well, you were wearing a white dress, and you told me to come out to the tree fort, and then you pushed me down several times, and you ran in laughing and locked the door. So there was that, then the one doing dishes, and then there's also a little girl seen, like, running around the yard screaming, wearing a white dress as well. That same sliding glass door, the handle was missing, so you just stick your fingers in there and close it and lock it. But she was sitting there like this, like, doing this, trying to get in. And Kinsey and Nova were alone as me and Vern were doing karaoke. So they were able to close it and lock it, and then they called her, so like, she's trying to get in. She's running around the yard screaming and doing this through the door. Freaky little girl. So I think that's the original spirit, or it could be like something demonic pretending to be a kid spirit, then being me, then being Nova, then...
I'm going to say, you know what? Tess, we need to do a walkthrough of your house then, because I want to see one day...
Please! If you could please do that for me, Chris, I'm telling you, like just today, I even got a notification. I might not have a job anymore because the state of Colorado said we're no longer paying for this person's benefits, so I may no longer be a caregiver. So I got too much time on my hands. Chris needs to do a walkthrough because I'm too afraid to do a paranormal investigation. I feel like if I do a paranormal investigation, I'm going to wake it up even more. And not only is there doppelgangers and fucking shadow guys and, oh, sorry, not meaning to flip you off, but the Hat Man and then even little gremlin dudes being seen around here. And I thought those were back in Arkansas, but
I'm going to ask you something. When you want to do this, do you want to do it on Streamyard or do you want to do it just from Facebook to Facebook?
If we do it on StreamYard, we could reach more places, but maybe Facebook to Facebook could be easier. As far as Facebook, I'm kind of grounded right now.
So then if you want to do StreamYard, then you have to take your phone with you, and you have to be able to turn the camera around, and I'll tell you what we need to go into and stuff like that if you want to do it. We can do that if you want. And then if you want to, we can broadcast that live on Paradox Media if you want to. If you don't, then we can go Facebook to Facebook. It's up to you. Because now that you're telling me this, there's something around your house that doesn't sit right with me. Even though I can't see, like, besides what we're looking at, like you sitting there, but outside of your house, there's something that is on the outside of your house that's telling me that there is a lot of
Guess what, Chris? Not only is our house built on an old battleground, so it was between the Utes and the Spanish and the French. We're living on a major battleground.
Okay, so in where you're at, let me just throw this randomly. Was this area where your house is sitting on, was it like in the 1700s?
Okay, yeah. So, like I said, we got blue spruces, and they're really, really big, at least 150 feet tall. And they're in a certain circumference. This means this is how people do their landlines. They plant trees. They're like, this is my landline, whatever. Vern doesn't believe that. Vern's like, he used to have a sign on the side of his house that said, in 1882, nothing fucking happened here. Well, in 18 whatever or 17 whatever or whatever, like, I didn't even realize it until my neighbors moved out and they invited us to the going away party. And they're like, yeah, after I was talking about paranormal stuff happening here and if they had seen stuff. They didn't really admit to seeing things, but they're like, yeah, you didn't know? This is a major battleground. And I'm like, no, I didn't know. And they're like, so you haven't been to the museum? And I'm like, no, like every time I go by there, it's closed. I want to go. But seriously, there's a lot of shit here. Even a property connecting to us over here, it was an African-American man building a fire in his furnace and it blew up and blew him and his son away. Like, super sad shit.
Okay, well then we can do it Monday and you just tell me when. And then we
What day? What?
You can tell me what day you want to do this. And we can work something out. But I gotta be free that day. Now, if we do it on StreamYard, then you won't have a show that day. Unless you want to make it a show and say, Chris is going to do a walkthrough of my house, we can do that if you want. But it's up to you. And you know what?
Well, I'm totally down.
Even though we're talking about this, I'm going to tell you what I'm being told, okay? As I'm tapping into just a little bit, I'm getting this weird sensation in my head. It feels very heavy. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff around the house. Okay, and I feel that it's not so much the land, it is the land, but I don't know why, but I keep seeing something by your door. I'm trying to look into it, but I'm not going to look into it right now because I want to save the best for last. But I do see something in your front door. Okay, there's something in your front door. And as far as the energy, I feel like there's a lot of, and it's just weird, I don't know why, but it's very uncommon to find what I'm about to tell you, unless if you have a stream of water, because usually there's certain rocks that create and amplify activity. So, with that being said, I don't know why I'm picking up limestone around your house, but you do have limestone either in the back or in the front of your house, and that's what's creating all this activity. Now, if you have limestone that's already like embedded and it's part of the concrete, then there's nothing you can do. It's just that's gonna be something that we can try to keep the spirits at bay. But the only thing that concerns me, that if I do this walkthrough, you do have kids. And right now you're saying that it's not as bad.
The kids go to school in the morning.
So if we want to do this, we can do it on the day because I'm not at home. So we can walk around the rooms if you want. And whoever's with you, you got to tell me ahead of time if it's just me and you, or you're going to have your husband with you or whatever.
Yeah, and most likely, okay, so perhaps we plan on Monday. Nobody's going to be here but me. And generally, I would go to work on that day, but guess what? They just notified me I no longer have a job because of the state of Colorado said so. Even though just recently, somebody said, we just got you certified and ready to do this new schedule, which gives me more money, but this person, Denise Bunch from the Caregivers Village of Colorado said, state of Colorado said no. So Vern is in Denver right now with the kids, aka my two oldest, my 24-year-old and my 19-year-old. going to an Ashnikko concert. Hell yes, I wish I was there. But yeah, it's just me and the kids, and they'll be at school on Monday, so I think that's perfect timing. Just know, like, my house is totally under construction. We've had roommates. We're trying to reorganize rooms and stuff. It's going to be a little chaotic, but not bad. It's just going to be kind of out of sorts. But...
So then, are you going to want to do it like on the Streamyard, or are you going to want to do it to try Facebook? But then if you come on Facebook, then I'm going to have to add you.
If I go on Facebook, what?
If I go on Facebook, then I'm going to have to add you. You have to come on my live, and then I add you. Now,
okay.
If you do it the other way, then you can do it. If you're able to go on Facebook, but if you're banned from that, then we're going to have to do it like this, like the way we're doing the show on Streamyard. But it's up to you.
Yeah, that'll work. Totally. Okay. And I've heard of you doing that, and I was like, what exactly is this? So it's kind of like remote viewing is what you're doing?
Well, usually when I do a walkthrough, it's more of like you're just going to walk around the house. You don't tell me anything, and I tell you from outside. Or we can go from where you're at right now and walk from going from outside to the front, and then I can walk around the premises. Just find you walking around with my phone. Or I can do.
So I'm thinking I'll start outside in the driveway and make my way inside, and then make my way through every place of the house to here, because this part seems to be the most active, as well as the kitchen, and then also the hallway.
Okay, that's weird. Hold on.
So I can leave you on that note. We can go to our second music break, and it's a bit shorter than last time, or we can just skip it if you want to. It's totally up to you.
Where do you want to? Up to you.
Okay, so if I do this music break, it'll give us a little time to think, and I might just do a couple songs and come back, because we are kind of getting into it. Okay, so Summer Dawson wants to know if she can have a reading. I'm going to share the link right now. Okay, so Summer, this is the link you need to call into or use to get to us. So let me tell her, use this link. Samadana. I can't hear you. What?
Like if you've seen me do walkthroughs on live or on TikTok or Facebook, Amy has seen me do walkthroughs. Who else has seen me do walkthroughs? I don't know about the group. I don't know if Harley or John has seen me, but oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, John and Harley have seen me do that. Trying to think of who else. Amy, you've seen me do walkthroughs, right?
Yes.
Can you give her some feedback on how it worked for me?
To me, he like reads the pictures, the video. He sees what's in there, but he sees into it. He sees if they're where it's active, if there's a spirit there, and kind of gives the history of the place, and it's really neat. And where there's more activity, if there's let's see, how can I explain it? It's like, yeah, he just more or less sees the spirit world.
Nice.
Through the video.
You know what's weird as you're talking, Amy, and she's talking about that she wants to do this Monday. Right now, even though we're not even doing the walkthrough, I'm getting very dizzy. So that's already telling me right now they know that I'm going to be there. And from what I'm feeling, whatever's on the inside doesn't feel like it's bothered. But as far as your outside, Tessa, Whatever's outside does not like this idea. I'm going to tell you that right now. Whatever's outside, it's telling me to fuck off.
Okay. Oh, wait, let me get back over here.
Yeah.
So I'm saying over here is like Battleground. Back here, Doppelgangerville. Over here, the guy that died here, John. My kids have even seen him messing with the thermostat because we quit using it and we're doing all wood. And then back here and back at the back fence, UFOs. Like, we have everything here. Even those little gremlin-looking dudes in my bedroom.
Do you have skinwalkers there too? Because that's what I'm feeling. Do you have skinwalkers?
Okay, so my old roommate, Brian, not only used to live in the spare room or on the couch, he was living in the garage for a bit. And he used to date the neighbor lady. And he said he saw something crawl up the side and on top of our neighbor's garage. And he also saw a black dog-looking thing, which looked kind of like Anubis, but not quite. It's the jackal that was chasing my vehicle, and that was right before I got scratched and right before I got, I don't want to say possessed, but I had a walk-in. I got scratched, had a walk-in, woke up behind the wheel of my car naked right before I hit the reservation. It was pretty scary.
Okay, well, that tells me that if I do this, I need to get some really, really strong protection because for the past few weeks, well, actually, I can do it in 2 days, but I'm going to put some prayers tonight after the show is done because since I've been very sensitive lately, I'm going to have to be very careful with this one because since I know you, they're very aware of me. Okay?
Yeah, and just know that, like, I'm very sensitive as well, and I'm willing to help other people with their properties, but I've been afraid to investigate here. Yes, I did do, like, a ghost box in my front yard at the picnic bench, and my buddy Brian came through, and I'm like, how could that be him? He just got out of rehab, yada, yada, yada. Come to find out, he died, like, 2.5, maybe 3 years ago from COVID. Vern was going to go looking for him, and I was like, stop. Don't do that. Let me look really quick because I have a feeling because of what I got through the ghost box, Brian's no longer here. Come to find out, Brian was no longer here. Brian died from COVID, of all things. Everybody thought it would be alcoholism or whatever. Maybe it's all, combined, but that was pretty weird.
Okay, well then you know what that means. If I can do the walkthrough by myself, but I don't know who's watching this live, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be told that they're gonna want to help me. I don't know who's gonna message me, but
I gotta tell you, Chris. So I had an investigation, and that's where I got my walk-in. Right up the road, and it was at a point, I think it was because of COVID or something. Anywho, none of my teammates could join me. I drove up there, and there's this Catholic church. Right behind the Catholic church was where this sweet little old lady's place was, and she was pregnant, about to give birth to a child. Wanted to have the place cleansed before the child was born because there was activity that she was questioning. Generally, when I pull up to a place, I immediately feel what's going on there. This thing was hiding hardcore. And I showed her cleansing kit. I showed her, like, go under the bed, open all the drawers, put the smoke in there, like, every nook, crevice, and cranny. You gotta put the smoke in there. You gotta cleanse, like, every area because these things will hide from you. And then as I was leaving, I was just like, I didn't really feel anything. And, I've been surrounded with sage smoke this whole time, so I feel pretty safe. And that was the night I had the walk-in. It was pissed off. I was trying to help this mom, trying to bring this new kid into the world, that it was trying to scare me away from doing it ever again. Well, it's not going to scare me from that, but it did scare me away from doing it by myself again. So I think there's safety in numbers. So it might be best if you don't come alone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. So if I do this Monday, I'll talk. I don't know who's watching this live, but I'll talk to the group. I already have an idea who I think is gonna be wanting to come. So if we do this, I think we'll be stronger in numbers. I mean, I can do it by myself, but since I've been kind of just roller coaster,
Yeah, you have a chink in your armor. Safer with numbers is what I'm thinking. Nicole said she's here.
So Nicole, are you gonna be available Monday?
She says she's here. I don't know if that means for Monday or right now, but
you know what? I was gonna ask you, Tess, do you have pictures of your house before we do this thing on Monday? Do you have pictures of your house on Google?
It's on Google Maps. That's one of the things we've been going through. So it used to be an empty field next door, and then that property got sold, and then those people, so used to be just an open field next door, and then somebody bought that property and built a house. Now they're tearing down another trailer, aka a house, and going to build another. And now we have an asshole next door named Ron. I call him Ron Scare Me because I hate his guts. But I can't even park in my driveway anymore because he's like, that's my property. But anywho's, there's more activity here, and I would say used to be more positive. Since he moved in, it's more negative. And I think it's just because negative energy feeds negative energy. And so there he is, right next door, being a negative asshole. So, Nicole was wondering what time.
That's the thing, I don't know what time.
So could we do it about 2 or 3 o'clock your time? Would that work?
That would be in the afternoon, right? I'm gonna
yes.
Crush on that one because if we do it, then I got tonight and I got tomorrow to really clear my energy in my space because lately I've been having a lot of weird visions lately. So maybe, just maybe, I'll get.
Yeah, and guess what? Like, even though I don't feel threatened by any shows I do, I've been learning to burn sage and clear my space before every show because different crazy things happen before and after the show. So space has been cleared. Hopefully that moves over to you. But yes, I totally understand what you mean by clearing your space and things that are happening in your life because you want to go in with a clean slate.
I don't know why, but I'm getting like very, very dizzy, and we haven't even started. So
you're getting what?
Like a little dizzy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, and it's weird because like so about 3 years ago I started getting tinnitus. And then not only that, but vertigo. So not everywhere, but certain places I go. So on my grandma's house in New Trioso, Arizona, walk in there, I'm like, holy shit, like, what the fuck is going on here? Totally getting vertigo. And then this last week when I met up with my girlfriend, my best friend from junior high school, we're going up to these old mining places and stuff, and not every place, but some places, I was like, holy shit, I don't know if you guys feel it, but I'm totally getting vertigo here. And you could get it here. I don't remember actually getting it here, but I do have tinnitus really bad. And I don't know if it's because of what's going on in my ears or my brain or something paranormal, because before I'd only get the ringing in my ears if it was paranormal. And then 3 years ago, when I went to Arkansas, come to find out I had a very minor ear infection. And when I was landing in Fort Smith, Arkansas, it was like that scene from Total Recall where the eyes are bulging out and like it feels like your head's going to explode. I was fine for a while, but then a week later, I got tinnitus really bad. But I do have to say, that was the same week that not only did I go to Louisiana, to New Orleans, but then came back to my sister's house using all my paranormal equipment. She has so many freaking spirits, not only on her property, but in her house. So is it like I have an attachment, so I have tinnitus or tinnitus, as the doctor says, or is it something in my brain, or is it something in my ears? I don't know.
Okay.
This could be a warning sign for you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something, Amy. I know everybody in chat, I'm not supposed to do this. Tessa has never seen this before. I guess Amy's here for a reason. That's how I'm taking it now. Because I'm glad she hasn't left. I know Harley had to leave because of the kids. Tried to, get them to bed and stuff. But outside of that, I don't know if I should do this on live. Because if I do this, everyone's going to see it. Amy?
What do you feel?
Okay, have you ever heard of a human pendulum before?
A human pendulum?
Yes.
No.
Well, you're looking at one right now.
Really? We could have so much fun together.
Amy has witnessed it, right, Amy?
Yes.
Now, as far as...
Because you know what? I'm really good at dowsing rods and pendulums, so...
I don't know if Nicole has seen me do that. Because I usually don't make it obvious when I do it. But there's been times where I have to put myself in a very, very sacred space with this. It's kind of like I'm more open and anything could touch me or how my body moves. It just depends. I'm getting the temptation to do it, but even though I'm not doing it right now, I'm just kind of being told to be very careful about it. But outside of what I feel, I did feel a little dizzy. Now it went away. But I feel like even though I don't feel threatening right now, but I'm being told take this with caution.
Do you know what I'm hearing right now? The dream I had last night? You're not going to believe me, so I shouldn't even say it. But you just said the same thing you just said, where you said you're getting dizzy and stuff, and I was like, so you're going to be my dizzy naked driver? Yeah, because you said you get dizzy doing the whole pendulum thing, and I was like, oh, so you're going to be my dizzy naked driver? Just making a joke. But I'm telling you, Chris, I was here last night. I'm having deja vu right now. This is kind of weird. Huh?
This is the first show that is very... I mean, we've had all shows that we've done together, but I think this one is the most... It's not profound. It's kind of very strange. Like, I get this deja vu feeling like this has been done before. And
Exactly. Isn't that weird?
But the thing is that we've never talked about or walked through with your house. But the feeling of it feels... it feels like deja vu, like big time. I don't know why, but it feels like it's just like I've done it. The only thing I cannot see is how the outcome came out. You know how there's always an outcome? That's the only thing I don't see right now is what was the outcome when we did this already. Which sounds kind of weird coming from me, but but then again, I'm weird to begin with, so yeah.
Yeah, me too. I can relate.
Amy, I'm gonna ask you something. Should I do this pendulum right now?
Depends on what you ask it.
Good answer.
I felt a profound yes.
She said yes right off the bat. She's like, oh yes, let's do this. Very profound yes.
So ask it if you should come and do a walkthrough or not. Or, I don't know, what would you ask it?
I think if I was doing it and I was a pendulum, I would be taking this very cautiously. And it does depend what we ask or what you asked me and what comes through my body. So there is no definite. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask my guys real quick. Okay, that's weird. I asked them that if we should do the walkthrough, and they told me yes. But be careful. I don't know.
Seriously, be careful because, like I said, when I first moved in here, there was a spirit. And one day, like, I used to, first I was waiting tables, then I became a bar temptress, and I'm just sitting there doing my makeup, and everybody's gone. So I'm leaving, and as I'm going past my window, I hear a man coughing in my bedroom. And it, like, startled me to the point where I felt like Scooby-Doo, like, I went off the floor and I'm like, it really scared the crap out of me, and I was grateful that I was leaving at that moment and not staying home by myself. And then as I came back, I'm poking around, and then the kids are seeing him too. It's John, this guy that died in my bedroom from emphysema. He's a really nice guy, really cool. He just doesn't understand why the thermostat isn't working. We just quit using natural gas and we just burn wood. Well, he's a really good guy, but then other things came along. Like I told you, the doppelgangers, and stuff. That it started off as a little girl in a white dress and became me in a white dress and then my daughter. And I don't know, pretty weird.
That is weird. I mean, I think that to me, with everything going on, I could probably do it. But with this, everything that I'm feeling, it's like being very cautious about it. And then on top of that, it's like, since I'm very open, I have to be really, really careful.
Dogs are barking at the door again.
You know, I hear them. It's okay.
No, it's not.
You have to have
Wait up. That was AB barking.
Deer, raccoons, skunks.
All of the dogs are inside. Except for the backyard.
Yeah, don't let them in.
But Zoe's barking at the front.
Let her out.
Scared to open the doors.
Open it, let her out.
I don't want to. Wait, I don't want to, so I can go in.
I will go.
Alright, love you.
Love you too.
I have my eyes closed, I can't see, but I can hear you guys. That's the only thing. Yeah, how much time do we have?
Okay, so I was just thinking, I really got to pee really bad. So, we did miss our last music break, but perhaps if we could play just one song, that'd be cute. What do you think? And then we go back to it, and okay, maybe even two. It's up to you. One or two.
We can play one song, and then it depends how long you take when you pee. So.
All right, I'm good with that. So on this break, we have Miss Michaela Hay with Pins and Needles. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
Talking on pins and needles, every word through a microscope.